Welcome to Good News for You. This program is a ministry of Joy Youth Services. Your teacher is Gloria Mitchell. Here is Gloria Mitchell.
Hello, my friend. I'm Gloria Mitchell, and my good news for you today has to do with aging gracefully. I'm sharing with you from my book, God Says I Am. And essentially, he's saying, whatever you need me to be, that's who I am. And so, aging gracefully, I want to begin with Ecclesiastes 12, verse 1, which reads, "Don't let the excitement of youth cause you to forget your Creator. Honor Him in your youth before you grow old and say, life is not pleasant anymore." Well, I'm going to share today some ways that you can make sure that life can be pleasant to you as you age gracefully. On October 22nd, 2016, I stood among a crowd of people who were staring at the sunny sky as a bunch of balloons became airborne at the grand opening of radio station KTYM Gospel.net in Inglewood, California. Suddenly, 1,000 tiny black flying insects attacked my eyes, and lightning flashed in my eyes. Well, without warning, my vision was under attack. I swatted at the swarming brood of critters before my eyes. I just kept swatting, and they kept on coming, and lightning kept on flashing, and I noticed that I alone was swinging at them. What was I supposed to do? Why weren't they attacking anybody else? I headed to urgent care as soon as I left that gathering. I wanted to have a chat with the physician. "Do you see lines, dots, insects, or bigger animals?" he asked. "They look like a bunch of black gnats," I said. "You mean you've heard of this happening before?" "Sure," he said. "They are called floaters. They come with age. Sometimes they go away. Sometimes more come later. Your eyes will adjust to them. Just come back if the critters get bigger." Well, I went home and I told some senior friends about the attack on my eyes that day. "Oh, you're talking about floaters," one said. "I've had them for years." "Really?" "I never heard of such a thing," I said. "I hadn't either until the day I was riding in the passenger seat and I started swatting at flies," she said. "My husband was driving and they didn't bother him." "What are you doing?" he said. "Don't you see those flies in the car?" I said. "What flies?" he said. "The flies that keep flying in my face." "There are no flies in here," he said. So I chuckled when I heard that friend describe that incident. And then another friend said, "Oh, floaters." She laughed and said, "A man came to my house wearing a white shirt. While he sat talking to me, I saw ants crawling on his long sleeve. I was tempted to brush them off of him, but I didn't want them to get inside my house, so I just watched them crawl on him." That's how I discovered floaters. Well, a third woman said, "I kept picking at a black speck in my drink, and I could never get that speck out. That's when I knew that something was wrong." Well, as I listened to them, I realized that I'd never heard any lessons on what to expect on my senior trip. So I decided to share some observations from a senior perspective to encourage younger people to appreciate their youthfulness and to give some insights regarding frequent concerns I discovered, with the help of others, of course, about this thing called the aging process. So what I did is I published 77 tips for the senior trip in my book, God Says I Am. Here are some frequent concerns, and I also have a frequent fix applied to each of the concerns. Hopefully it'll give you a chuckle, but it'll also provide information for you. I'm not giving you all 77, but I'm going to share some of them with you. If you're feeling depressed or down, then help someone or call a prayer partner. Next, if you want to stay informed, join AARP. They know everybody. If you can't get to the bank, enroll in direct deposit. If you have fewer friends, make some new friends on Facebook. They're actually up all through the night. Then, if you are bored or desire to talk to someone, become a church member or a Walmart greeter. Then, if you don't have enough life insurance, if you feel that way, that you don't have enough life insurance, save some extra money each month, because it's going to cost you a whole lot more each month if you haven't purchased life insurance previously. And then if you're feeling useless, well, by all means, volunteer is the fix we have. If you have excess fat around the midsection, exercise, eat fruits and vegetables. Then if your shoulders stoop or your posture changes, try physical therapy. Go visit a chiropractor even. And then if you're forgetting bill due dates, which many people do, sign up for automatic payment or bill pay. And then if you have a medical directive that you keep putting off filling out, or a power of attorney that you feel like you need it but you haven't done it, then the quick fix is fill out the papers. Just do it. And then if you're no longer driving, then try Access a Ride, Uber, or Lyft, or a friend. And then if you're afraid that retirement means death, oh, I can't retire because that would mean I'm going to sit and wait to die, retire. Think positive thoughts. There's a lot of things that you can think to do once you retire. And then if your grown children won't leave home, then you could move into senior housing. That would make a difference. And then if you have this fear of side effects to meds, how about flushing the meds with lots of water? And then if you're challenged with osteoporosis, try calcium along with vitamin D3. And then next, if you get these calls from the IRS and the telemarketers and Social Security and all these calls that come in, let voicemail answer for you. Also, if you're suffering from urinary or bowel incontinence, wear Depends, and that will help you to feel more secure. If you have fallen arches, where your feet spread out, then wear wider or bigger shoes. That should help. If you have wrinkles and sagging skin, try facials and always use upward strokes when you're cleansing your face. And then if you have slowed or limited movement, then keep on moving. Start early. That way you could possibly make your destination on time. And then if you have the fear of signing the wrong documents, then pray and trust God. And then if acid reflux is a problem, no dairy, just say no to dairy, take antacids or perhaps Tums. And then if you have this fear of a nursing home placement, keep moving to stay fit and pray. There's also this concern of impaired vision. So it's okay if you advance to bifocals, trifocals, or even a magnifying glass. That's helpful. And then if there's increased flatulence, beware of cabbage and beans and broccoli, those foods with wind. And if you're technologically challenged, take classes. Many of them are free. I know that Apple offers free classes. And then if you have cataracts or glaucoma, then get regular visual exams if you're afraid of getting those. And then if your bones break easily and heal slowly, because that's what many seniors are afraid of, then vitamin D will help you with that. So eat egg yolks and salmon and tuna. They're good for you. Then if you have circulation problems or numbness, try yoga and exercise and leg massages. How about energy declines and you tire easily? That's very common among seniors. Well, eat more greens and less meat. Then if the body temperature changes, you say, oh, I'm really chilly. Well, keep a throw or wrap handy so you can wrap it around yourself. And then if you have menopausal hot flashes and night sweats, meditation is good, as well as perhaps acupuncture may help. If you have trouble getting out of the chair, which some do, then try rocking back and forth before you get up. Go 1, 2, 3, lift off. That can help too. All right, if there's a risk of infection and inflammation, well, I recommend that you lose excess weight and exercise. How about fewer teeth? You have fewer teeth or dentures. Well, you could get dentures or partial and try Fixodent because you don't want it bouncing around inside your mouth. All right, and then height decreases as the bones in the spine thin. Adjust to your new height and stand tall, even if you are shorter than you once were. And then weight loss occurs to you due to muscle tissue, lost muscle tissue. Physical therapy and massage therapy are known to help a bit. If you have the fear of being forgotten, everybody's gone and left you out, then become an organ donor. That way you don't have to worry about being completely forgotten. If there's imbalance and you're clumsy or have shaky hands, perhaps vitamin B12 will help. No caffeine and no alcohol. If there's hearing loss, thank God for hearing aids. If you're feeling alone, believe Jesus is with you always. And if you're feeling old, rejoice. Enjoy listening to oldies. There was some good music back in the day. And then if you have less blood volume, drink more water. I could go on and on, but one I want to point out that I've noticed that several people complain about is having to use the bathroom during the night. Well, I want you to know that it's a wonderful thing to be able to get up. So rejoice in being able to get up. So I pray that these things, that's just a few of the things I've listed in my 77 tips for the senior trip. I pray that they bless you and that you, my friend, will age gracefully. Thank you for listening to Good News for You, and have a blessed day.
You may contact Gloria at her email address, gloria@joyyouthservices.org.